Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Cosmic Catch-Up for week commencing the 19th of January. First of all, I hope that you have enjoyed the new moon that just happened a couple of hours ago. And I was just reflecting today about the Capricorn season and the last 2 weeks. Normally, I love Capricorn season because it's my season. Like, I feel a lot of confidence and joy and drive, and it has not felt like that this year. And I was thinking as to why. And maybe you felt that in your life too. I think the last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the year, have been particularly serious. So I think it was Capricorn energy as in teaching us lesson. It was that side that personally I felt more than the practical, being organized, aiming for long-term goals. It's more like I really got pretty clear and pretty serious on the things that were not working, where I was overworking and pushing myself too hard. Like, these are also themes of Capricorn energy. So it was very sobering, and I have found actually the new moon as being a really nice kind of reset, and I feel like I have learned the lesson pretty much the hard way. But now I got to see them and I am wiser for it. And I feel better today. So maybe same for you. So if you found the last 2 weeks particularly have been heavy in terms of what you've experienced and learned, I think that was the energy. So not a lot of fun. But now we are going into Aquarius. And this week, my God, is a lot of fun astrologically. I will say, like, it's all starting. And next week and the rest after that, it will carry on. So let's discuss what's going on. The keyword for this week is Aquarius. And I might say it many times today because, first of all, we are entering Aquarius season, but not just that. There is a lot of action happening in Aquarius because not only the sun will be there, but there are a lot of planets because they were all in Capricorn. So they're just going now in the early degrees of Aquarius. And they are all meeting our dear friend Pluto that is right there at 3 degrees of Aquarius. And it moves very, very slowly. For those of you that might remember, it moved into Aquarius at the end of 2023. But now all those planets are coming there. And there's going to be a lot of intensity in the air. I think that's the word. So let me start talking about Aquarius in general so you get what sort of energy we're dealing with. And then I'll talk about the different planets. So Aquarius season is about really 2 different sort of pillars, if I can simplify it for you that way. The first pillar is it's about you. It's about really focusing on what makes you you, what makes you unique, and really realizing what are all the traits that are really specific to you, like your authentic self, and really about knowing that and embracing that. So a little shameless plug here. If you have not done your birth chart, this is a great season to do it because you will get to understand who you really are at your core and who you are versus everybody else. And there is that unique blueprint which we decipher during the birth chart reading. So this is the season to really own who you truly are. And the second pillar is a collective one, which I really like. It's about seeing our role inside the collective, inside the community, and how we can contribute to society and to the social progress. So there's a social awareness component to it. So it's not a season where we're going to feel highly emotional. It's a brain kind of season. It's an air sign. But we are going to feel really driven to change the world, both our inner world and the outer world. There is that really strong kind of revolutionary energy because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So over the next 4 weeks, this is a time to choose your path. Like, if I had to have a zodiac season to sponsor the Living Your Path podcast, it will be Aquarius. This is the time to be living your path and nobody else, to be your own authority and to forget the shoulds, to forget the peer pressure. So here's your permission slip for the next month to not care what anyone thinks. Like, practice that. This is the perfect season for it. It's time for new ideas, out of the box ideas, different ways of thinking, and basically permission to be a little crazy over the next 4 weeks. As in, like, challenge yourself, like, be you, even if people are going to be frowning at what the hell are you doing. I just was thinking of that quote from Oscar Wilde, be you, everybody else is taken, or be yourself, everybody else is already taken. That is the energy to embody in Aquarius season. It's a good thing to challenge authority, challenge norms within the right boundaries. This is the time to do that and to solve problems with your new thinking. I will also say this is a time where AI will really explode even more. So a great time for you to maybe use it more, I would say, especially if you're not familiar with it. And also important to look after your nervous system because, as I said, this is all in the intellect. So you may feel a lot of, with all those ideas and this energy, and especially in the collective, a general buzz. And this can be quite intense for your nervous system. So remember, particularly over the next month, to switch off. Switch off your device and be in silence, go in nature a bit, and also, rest. Sleep is very good because your mental system, your nervous system might be overloaded. So that's the backdrop. We have Aquarius season. I think it will be really interesting to watch what happens in the world. Not only because it's Aquarius season, but because of all the planets and the Pluto energy in it. So let me start with that. Now, currently we have, as we start this week, Venus just moved into Aquarius and is now a few degrees apart, but in conjunction with Pluto. So Venus in Aquarius, it means we're going to feel like having more freedom in our love life and our finances, and we're going to be about honoring our true self in those areas and potentially challenging what people expect of us or what everybody else is doing. Like, do not look there and feel free to be your unconventional self and your unique self. We will have Venus meaning Pluto, so that means we are going to feel some kind of pressure, because Pluto is not subtle, to tell the truth in our relationships, in our finances, and with regards to our values. So this will really bring some transformational energy to our love life, to our finances, to our values. We are likely to have less tolerance for those power struggles or, dependency dynamics that may be taking place in relationships, or lies or manipulation. This may be the end of a bond that has come to its expiry, but this could also be the rebirth in terms of a new relationship based on a cleaner attachment style. So if you know what I mean, like, this is going to be a bit of a purging, detoxifying aspect to your relationships and to your finances for the better. And it will help you choose relationships that respect your freedom and who you are as your authentic self. So that's already happening from now, and it will unfold throughout the week. On Wednesday in Australia, it will start off late on Tuesday, the rest of the world. We have Mercury moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. That's really important because Mercury is our thinking, our communication style. And in Aquarius, as I said, this is this very mental energy. So we might feel quite restless mentally. It might be difficult to sleep at night. But this is a great energy to think outside the box. It's like we get given super brain powers to challenge rigid ideas. It's also a great time for scientific, technological progress. So that's why I think this is going to be a really interesting period to see what is being created, invented, what innovations we're seeing in the world under this energy. It's also really good from a humanitarian point of view. Aquarius energy, as I said, this is about how we belong to the group. It's understanding we're not just ourselves, but we are part of a collective, and how we can belong and how we can add our bit, if you like. And when Mercury enters the Aquarius, that basically gives us for the rest of the week a stellium, which is a cluster of planets in the early degrees of Aquarius. We will have Mercury, the Sun, Pluto, and Venus. And that is big, my friend, especially if you were born in Aquarius season, in the early days of Aquarius season. So if your birthday is this week, that means you have at least your sun there. But if you have other planets in your chart in early degrees of Aquarius, my God, firework week for you. So happy birthday to all my Aquarius listeners. But we will all feel this collective energy, which will be not at an emotional level, it will be at a mental level. And that won't be subtle because Pluto is in it. Like, you won't miss it. It means that we are in for a reset and some transformation across our identity with the Sun, our relationships and finances. I've just spoken about that with Venus, and our ways of thinking, which means a mental liberation. Let me start with that. Mercury with Pluto in Aquarius means this is a time for radical honesty. Like, no more lies. The truth will come up to light. We will see it. We will understand it. And there is no going back. I think that's the feeling of this cluster of planets. Your words will have power. And as I say, your mental energy might feel like it's really on like high voltage. So make sure you balance that out. So during that special time of loaded Aquarius energy, you can expect sudden clarity, very clear objective insights, and deep internal transformation or certainty. So be really aware of what's going on inside of you and listen to those very deep hits that are gonna come through your mind. And don't like just go, oh no, my God, like this is too different, and just ignore it and shove it under the rug, because that's not what this energy is calling for. This is here to free you up, to liberate you. And so don't ignore it, and don't worry what other people will think. But I'm excited because, you know, we will really get a very strong mental power reset. I think that's one way to summarize it. And we'll start building structures that support freedom and that support the collective. So what's not to like about that? I'm personally excited as well because as of next week, I am starting a long leave period from my current part-time job, and I can't believe how this is in sync with this Aquarius energy of freedom, of choosing my own path. I'm like, wow, this is really exciting. You know, when astrology just aligns with your life like that, it's crazy. And just a little side note is on Saturday, Mars will join the party and will enter Aquarius as well. So if you thought that was intense this week, watch next weekend and the early days after that. I think it's the 27th that Mars actually is conjunct with Pluto. But on the weekend already, they will be in Aquarius and the Sun will be conjunct Pluto. And so Mars in Aquarius means there is extra power and literally very strong rebellious energy. So watch out from Saturday, Sunday, when there is that Mars energy. Be careful. I was thinking of the song from Queen, I Want to Break Free. I think that's how we might be feeling on the weekend. So be careful, especially of what you might say or do under that energy, but try to channel it because it's there for a really good reason. It's to help you free yourself up and be more yourself, right? And you may feel like also a really strong desire to help the collective, which would be wonderful. but it could also be a very brute kind of force as well and pretty raw. So I'll touch upon that again next week on Monday, but it will start over the weekend. So I hope I've painted a good picture. This is going to be different this week, that energy from the very Capricorn earthy energy that we had last month. But there is a lot happening in the sky. And as I said, like, it will just carry on now. So we are on the train for 2026 with lots of changes. So embrace them and get some support if you need to process those things. And also, if you haven't checked them out yet, look at my options for the astrology of 2026. In terms of your life, because I have given you some tools. You can book some sessions with me, simple transit readings, or like a report simply emailed to you that will give you some very personalized insights about how this energy is playing out for you, which areas of your life are being impacted and when. So this is the time, my friend. And same if you're ready to change your job, you want some career coaching, I'm here as well for that. My calendar is open. So the links are in the show notes, and you can also find all this information at cecileferry.com. That's it, my friend. Have a very good start to Aquarius season. Be your own little crazy. That is highly recommended right now. And like, look out for those interesting transformative insights this week. Take care, everyone. I will speak to you next week. Bye for now.